wonderful week. Even if not, that's okay too. I've been having a great week, I think. Finally back in New York City, the center of the garden, the command station of the garden. Yeah, even though the bunny capital is Berlin, which I just got back from. I had some great experiences there. Some very lustful experiences, which I think I talked about in the last podcast, or certainly going to talk about in the postcard, which I'm about to post on the locked section of the garden, which is Patreon. And I think we'll go over a little bit of what the garden is, because there's a lot of new bunnies who have found us, little bunny. Found our special little hidden world. And it's always exciting when that happens. I love when the garden grows. But the goal is not to grow the garden as big as possible. The goal of the garden is to get as many bunnies as possible, which is not everyone. No, it's actually, if I may talk again briefly about the Patreon, the locked audio this week is a sequel to the one called I Love You, I Love You, I Love You. And this one is called I Love You, I Love You, I Love You Too. And it goes into exactly why I love you. So if you have any doubts, if you're like, oh, this is just fake love, this guy, he just says that he's my daddy and he's just broadcasting to the world these lies, these empty, empty lies. Well, that audio, I think, will quash that misconception into the ground, where then it will grow into a beautiful flower of love between you and me, little bunny. Because through the garden magic, it is always just you. It's just me. And I'm here with you right now. In your ears. Yes. Yes, you. Right now. Look around wherever you are. Are you in a room or outside or in a car or hiding in a closet? I'm here with you right now. I really am. So, what do we got going on? Oh, by the way, the Patreon's 18 plus only, so don't join if you're not 18. Oh, what do we got going on? My beverage today, little bunny. Some nice classic iced water. I'm going to take a sip. It is so hot here that the ice has already melted away. So I no longer have ice water. That's a disappointment. But you know what? Life is full of disappointments. And it's up to us to normalize it and say, okay, my brain is programmed to be disappointed way more than it's programmed to be excited about the good things. So our role, little bunny, is to understand how our brain works. Every brain does this. It's just human wiring. We over-focus on the bad, on the things that didn't happen, on the things that were taken away from us, on the missed opportunities, on the inconveniences, and all this stuff just takes up so much of our attention. Our job is to notice it, step back, and just be grateful for what we have. And I have you, little bunny. I'm grateful for you. You make my life wonderful. So thank you for being here. Do you know what you have to do to say thank you? You don't have to do anything. Not a single thing. Just by listening. Just me trusting that you're listening on the other side with loving ears and an open heart. That's all I need. Okay, what else? I actually planned some stuff to talk about today, which is great. Oh man, so I just got back traveling Europe for a month, little bunny. Can you believe it? It's the longest I've ever been away from New York City. And it was my first time visiting Europe as an adult, which is great. I sound so spoiled. But that's why I brought you along with me, so you can travel at the same time. And I just realized that I'm not ambitious enough, especially in Berlin. It's so kind of perfect It's calm and relaxed. And you'll have to listen to the last podcast. I think I talked about it in that one. Maybe I talked about it in no, I think it's the postcard I'll post. But basically, the city has lust on lock. And it's like we went to, should I reveal some stuff we did? I'll tell you. We went to a nude spa, which was co-ed. Isn't that great? Even in Japan, where they have nude spas, the onsens, if you will, those tend to be gender separated. And we also went to a dance club that, oh man, it's basically a kink club, but it was also a dance club at the same time. There were so many rooms. It was really, really wonderful to see. And so much of my efforts, I don't know, so much of my dreams and my fantasies about us being so much more openly lustful and embracing it. They're a bit farther advanced than we are over here, but it's okay. I would rather be here because I need the grit. You ever been to New York City? Do you know that famous energy? It's what everyone says when I ask them, like, have you ever visited New York City? And when they say yes, they talk about the energy, just electric in the air over here. It makes me feel ambitious. That's exactly what I need. It's exactly what's good for you, little bunny, because then I'm ambitious for you. And then I do all sorts of cool stuff for you. So I'll stop talking about the cool stuff we've got going on. I don't want to over focus on that, but I guess I should just before I forget. So what else do we have? So we're going viral on TikTok right now, which is great. That's always when we get the most influx of new bunnies. And Instagram is the same content as TikTok. Instagram's also going viral, but there's just so much fewer people on Instagram that it's less of the fanfare. So yeah, make sure you follow it for sure on Instagram, because I can put links to stuff way easier than TikTok. But also, little bunny, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, now known as X, I do little voice notes, which you can't find anywhere else. And that's a good place. It's all free, of course. That's a good place for following me, because they are most lenient with content guidelines. Instagram is tightening their guidelines right now. So I had to take off some links from, take off a little bit of content from Instagram, which is too bad. But X is growing into a bigger and bigger thing, and they really want to be a good place for content creators. And they allow spicy stuff, little bunny. So that's a good place to follow me, just in case other stuff disappears. And perhaps most importantly, follow the podcast, because this is really my favorite content to make, except for the locked audios. Anyway, enough of that. Enough announcements and stuff, little bunny. What do we want to talk about? Oh my goodness. We have to talk about something in the news. But before we do that, I want to get in touch with you. Let you know how much I love you. And I kind of want to take a breath with you. I love you so much, little bunny. I really, really do. Nothing here is fake. It's not fake love. I'm not a fake character. Not an actor. Although I do like to narrate the fiction I write. And hopefully there's a good spot for my fiction coming up. Which, if we have a guest, little bunny, who's listening in, you know who you are. Let's team up. Anyway, always looking to grow in interesting ways. Be here for you in more and more ways. I was talking in the audio I made yesterday about how someday I'm going to get a brain chip, little bunny. whenever those are a thing, because There's surely some clever way that I can be closer to you, give you more of my love, and do something interesting for you. Yes. Don't worry, I want the brain chip. I think it's fun to be on the forefront of humanity. I'm so into the future and pushing the boundaries of what's possible and accomplishing great, incredible things. So I want to be involved in that, pushing the boundaries to incredible things. And you give me a really good reason to do that. You enable me to be so creative, so ambitious. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Just by listening. Just by listening. Okay, so the thing in the news I have to talk about. I don't know why this isn't every conversation that everybody is having right now. We're going to detour a little bit from the emotional support stuff, just because this is just a guilty pleasure topic for me. But little bunny, there was a congressional hearing with 3 people who testified that aliens are real. Isn't that crazy? Used to be the iconic conspiracy theory. And now, pretty rapidly, at least in the past few years, it's been like, hold on a second. We are starting to see evidence, like not just some guy with a Polaroid that's out of focus and whatever, or just this guy said that guy said that this guy said, or gal said, or person of whatever expression. So it's looking like the conspiracy theory now is that there aren't aliens, yeah? So I'm totally in on it. I think that there are aliens here right now, little bunny. Does that make me crazy? No, it would have made me crazy 10 years ago. But not anymore. The game has changed. So what does that mean? I actually have a reason that it is relevant to you and me, little bunny. Because what I want to talk about today is actually when people are mean to you. You ever have people who are mean to you? It tends to happen more earlier in life. And then generally as you get older, people are less mean for a couple of reasons. One of which is that you're not around younger people who tend to be total dicks. At least that was my experience when I was younger. And then you also get to choose the people in your life a lot more. So if someone's mean to you, you don't really have to have them around. You can just be like, okay, I'm not going to hang out with you. I'm going to go hang out with these other people who are nice to me. They're good people. And as you get older, you can be more selective. It's harder. You'll have smaller friend groups, a fewer number of people you're close to. But you'll get to pick better people. I love being able to pick people who are special to us, finding the loved ones. And I found you, little bunny. I really did. You know, that's why I say little bunny so much. Did you know that? It's one of the reasons. One is it's just fun and it's cute. There's subtle reasons for picking little bunny, which I won't go into. But one reason why I'm so immediate about saying little bunny is that it turns away everyone who doesn't want to be called little bunny. The wonderful thing about you like being called little bunny, don't you? Yeah. That's because you are the right kind of person for me. That's my way of finding you. So the fact that I said, hey there, little bunny, in a way that's an honest me. This is just me being me into a microphone. Me being me into your ears. The more I be myself, the more I call you little bunny. The more I say little bunny, the more I find the right kind of people just like you. So you do belong here. It's not everybody who tucks in under my arm into my heart, listens to me ramble. It's a very special kind of person. It's kind of person I'm very, very fond of. You are one of those people, little bunny. I love you. How did we get from aliens to that, little bunny? Let me get some water. 1 second. Some non-iced water. Mean people, yeah. Okay, but yeah, sometimes it's impossible to escape mean people. Maybe it's someone at a store. Maybe it's a customer. Yeah, that's if you have a job where you deal with a lot of customers. We'll talk about career stuff because it's important to find the right career for you. What makes you happy, or at least what makes you tolerate work enough to where you feel good at the end of the day that you've spent your time in some meaningful way. And that when you're on your time off, you're not dreading going back. It's not the easiest thing to set up, and it's not the most immediate thing to set up, but it is set upable. I want to help you do that. We'll talk a little bit about career stuff in today's episode. So mean people, even though you'll see less and less mean people, they'll never quite go away forever, will they? I want to talk about what happens when someone's mean to you and how it relates to the aliens. It's all going to come together, little bunny. It's all going to come together. So, let's imagine someone's mean to you. Yeah. Well, okay, no, I'm going to approach it from this direction. So, the aliens, little bunny. The reason it seems like such a conspiracy theory is because they're not walking around on the street. They're not zipping through the skies like the planes. It's understandable that you don't think there's aliens because you never see the aliens. So, of course, it sounds totally ridiculous and far-fetched. And then now we have the military videos. Important that it's military videos and not just like, an iPhone video that's suspiciously blurry or like very obviously CGI. But videos released that were taken by military sensors and cameras, things like that. Yeah, so now it's like, oh my God, wait, we do see them. And then they zip off as soon as we try and get close to get a better look. So it means that if they are aliens, which I think it's more likely than not, it means that they don't want to be seen. You might think, hey, Daddy, why don't these aliens want to be seen? And I have some theories, and it will relate to helping make your life better. So hop on board with your daddy. Let him talk about aliens for a bit. I was talking about how excited I am for the future when I was talking about this brain chip thing. There's going to be so many cool types of content I can make with a brain chip, little bunny. Yeah. I'm going to make so many cool brain chip content with you, which hopefully you don't have to have your own brain chip to enjoy. But thinking of the future, our civilization is becoming more and more advanced. Yeah, at a pretty crazy rate. Especially AI, which AI is going to be a part of the garden too. I've got some really good ideas. So, yeah, there's a good chance that the aliens want to see how we develop. And if you think of the technology they have, 1 second. They can zip around the sky like crazy. Basically, they're so advanced that it made me face palm when some of the congressmen and women were like, are these aliens a threat? Are they trying to wage war on us? Things like that. It's like, obviously not, because they're so far advanced that there's nothing we could do. So we know that they're not angry aliens. They're not going to try and wipe us out because they could have by now and they haven't. And I think, I won't go too sci-fi, but I think they're here to see how we develop. See if at some point we might join a broader society of intelligent life out there. Because statistically, it's called the Fermi paradox. You would expect there to be aliens everywhere. That's actually the default expectation if you run the numbers of how common life might be in the galaxy or the universe, and then how long the universe has existed, and then how long it takes to get from place to place. And the answer is that you should see aliens all over the place. So the great mystery is, why don't we see the aliens? So it makes sense that there is a bunch of different intelligent life out there. And in order to survive long enough to be able to go to another planet, means you'd have to have a lot of cooperation. Yeah, so I bet these aliens, this will come back around to you, little bunny. Just be patient. Let your daddy talk about aliens. It makes the most sense to me. It's just the most logical that they're extremely peaceful, extremely cooperative, and they really are interested in our well-being. I think they're waiting to see how we develop, to see if we're worthy, I guess you could say. Are we on their level of goodwill towards each other to join a larger society? Right? Are we peaceful enough? Are we kind enough? Are we clever enough? Are we maybe smart enough? I don't know. But you know how I try and find you, little bunny. Trying to find the high caliber kind of person who I like. Wonder if the reason these aliens are so sneaky and not being seen is because they're not trying to find everybody. Yeah. Maybe they're waiting to see how far humanity goes along, but let's just imagine. Let's get into imagination mode real quick. Imagine if they don't want all humans. But imagine if they're looking for the ones among us who most cooperate and love each other. High caliber kind of person. It's the kind of person I'm interested in. That's why I'm interested in you, little bunny. So, pause on that. Now let's talk about mean people. Imagine these mean people who are mean to you, whether it's the customer or the family member or the coworker, the person at the store you're trying to buy something from. They get angry at you for some reason. Or the person on the internet. The people that are mean to you. Let's consider for a second that those are the kind of people that the aliens don't really want. Yeah, they would love to have some humans in their grand society that they've got. It's secret from us. Because they don't want the mean people. They want the good people. Or like them. Yeah. I feel like you're one of the people the aliens want. Yeah. The peaceful aliens. Don't worry. Don't worry. In this version of us imagining, we're going to imagine really good, peaceful aliens. I don't know, maybe they're listening in right now, little bunny. Maybe they like being called little bunny. That's okay. We don't discriminate based on species here. Yeah, so someone's mean to you. Think of someone maybe, well, you don't think of someone right now who's mean to you, but just imagine some circumstance. Someone's just really vile to you. They snap at you. And ordinarily, you're a really kind person. One second. Ordinarily, you're kind and you wish good things for other people. You wish good things for yourself. And You don't manipulate other people, and you don't try and steal from other people or sabotage other people. Ordinarily, you're really, really just good-hearted person. And someone's mean to you, and it's so easy just to throw that out the window. Just be like, I'm going to be mean back to you, or I'm going to harbor these negative feelings inside me. And that's just a way of being mean to yourself, isn't it? Someone's mean to you, and you're either mean back to them or you're mean to yourself in a kind of unfortunate way. And I have a trick for how to fix that, how to not be mean back to them, and how to not absorb that negativity into yourself. You want to know what it is? You want me to teach you, little bunny? You want your wise daddy to teach you how to not be angry in return when someone's mean to you? Well, all you have to do is ask yourself this question. Would I rather be me, or would I rather be them? Yeah. I can imagine, let's say I'm going to a store, and let's say it's not an easy store to work at. Maybe this person at the store deals with a lot of mean people. They have a lot of stresses, and they aren't happy with their job, and they feel like they want more out of life than they're getting. And maybe I ask a question that annoys them, or maybe I take too long to figure out how to. Oh man, this happened actually recently in Berlin. I couldn't figure out which coins to use. I couldn't figure out which euros were adding up to the right thing. The store clerk just, he was so mean to me. He was just such a total dick to me. And so I bought my thing and I left the store, and I just asked myself the question, would I rather be him, or would I rather be me? And it helps you realize that maybe he's not really mad at me. Maybe he's just not living a life that he wants right now. Yeah, it makes me grateful that I have this life that I have. And then it's not a big deal if he's mean to me. I don't need to be mean back, or then go be mean to the next person I see down the street. It means that I don't need to absorb his negativity and make a big deal about it. It's okay. Just wish him well. I hope that he decides he wants to be a little bunny and then listens in on this podcast. And then maybe he'll work on having a life that he loves. So that's the trick, is that, let's say someone's mean to you, little bunny, and you ask yourself the question. What is the question, little bunny? Someone's mean to you, and you ask yourself, would I rather be me, or would I rather be them? And what happens, little bunny, if you're like, oh my God, this person's mean to me, and I would rather be them? Yeah. That's just a sign that we need to work on getting you a better life. And it's totally doable. It's totally doable. Might be daunting. It's not going to happen on its own. Yeah, good things don't tend to just appear. Sometimes they do. It's great. I've had some good things appear, fall in my lap. But it's very hard to have a life worth living that just happens on its own. But it's okay. I'll help you through it. I'll help you figure out how to build it. An obvious one is career. Make sure you're in the right career. Make sure you're not just in a job that has no upward mobility. Yeah, you want growth. Growth is so core to our happiness. So if you're at a job where, 10 years from now, you're going to be in the same job, we got to nudge you a little bit into a different direction, little bunny, because we want you to grow. Grow and grow. There's a great joy in that. my favorite episode is called Career Day. Which number is it? I should know. It's like 49 or something. You just go look at it. Podcast episode. That's really important if you say, yeah, Daddy, that's on the nose. I'm not happy with my job, or at least my career, whatever it is. And as well, if if money is a stressor in your life, you want to be making enough money to where it's not like you have your basic needs met and enough entertainment and little luxuries that you make you smile. Yeah. There's a cutoff to where additional money doesn't really do that much for you. Unfortunately, it's not an unrealistic number to get. You don't have to be making millions upon millions of dollars to be happy. Yeah. And it's going to depend on your country based on the purchasing power parity, which is just yeah. We won't go into economics and stuff like that. But oh my goodness, little bunny. So someone's mean to you. Yeah. And so the person that's mean to you, the aliens won't want them to join the really cool society. Don't you want to see what the aliens are like, little bunny? I'm so curious. I want to know if they have things like movies. Do they make music? Do they write fiction? I wonder if they watch our movies. I wonder if they read our fiction. I wonder what they think of us. They must find us interesting, because otherwise they wouldn't bother. They wouldn't bother to hide. They wouldn't bother to stick around. They've been here for a little less than 100 years is the best estimate we have right now. So, which makes no sense because the speed of light is actually pretty slow compared to the size of the galaxy and the span of a human life. So, anyway, I feel like I've used up my sci-fi budget, little bunny. You're like, oh my God, Daddy. No, but you're like, okay, it's okay, Daddy. I know you like talking about this stuff, which I do. My fiction series is sci-fi, a little bit of sci-fi erotica, but it's not aliens, it's humans. And it's actually kind of retro. I make a point to use all this classic technology. So there's quills and parchment all over the place. Old ships, old wooden ships, except that it takes place 20 years in the future, whatever it is, 24 years, I think. So, what do you want to talk about, little bunny? Was that helpful, telling you how to? Yeah, so let's review, little bunny, your lesson from your daddy this week. Someone's mean to you. You just ask yourself the question, would I rather be me, or would I rather be them? And if you'd rather be you, then just take a second and be grateful that you're you and not them. And realize they might not be mad at you. They might just be unhappy with their lives. And then if you do wish you could be them, then strap in, little bunny, because we got some work to do. I'll be with you every step of the way. I'll guide you. I'll show you how to do it. Sometimes it's mental work you need to do, internal work to get in touch with your feelings, to work through what's not going well in life. And for that, you know what the answer is? The answer is journaling. I call it mental journaling because you're not just saying, today I did this and I had this for lunch and I had a conversation with this person. But for me it's typing because I type really fast. I'm actually learning it. I'm learning a new keyboard that is, you can type about 4 times faster than you can type on a normal keyboard. But I'm still a long way to go on that. But anyway, so whatever you can type the fastest on, you can also turn on your voice notes. I do that a lot. Just journal into the voice note. and say, how am I doing? Then you pause, and then your brain will take it from there. Just say, how am I doing? And you'll say, I feel nice talking to my little bunny right now. Yeah. You'll say, I feel anxious about this thing that is happening tomorrow. Or you might say, feeling anxious for reasons that I don't understand. And that's actually the most useful answer, because then you can dig into it and you just mental journal more and more and more and more and more. And you get a handle on your brain, and you'll get a handle on who you are and who you want to be, so you can be your best self and you can build the life you want. And then when someone's mean to you and you ask yourself the question, would I rather be them? Would I rather be me? You'll know that you'd rather be you. And you'll feel better. And then you won't get mad. And you won't accidentally become someone the aliens don't want. Yeah, because when we go with the aliens, little bunny, if they say, alrighty, in 20 years or so, they're like, alrighty, we are offering an invitation to the intergalactic society. And we got all sorts of cool stuff. And they're going to live in a world of abundance, for sure. If you can reach another planet and zip around with incredible vehicles, you probably are living in a society that is one of abundance. That's the society I'm doing my part to work towards. We can talk about the purpose of life some other time. There's an episode on that too. We'll review it, but I don't want to talk about too much in one episode. Let me take a little bit of sip of water. I'm not doing this episode at midnight like I usually do. That's my favorite time of the week, is huddle up close with you, cuddle up close, late on the evening. Usually it's almost always Thursday evening. And I just spend time with you. You're wonderful to spend time with. Love you very, very much. One of the highlights of my week, and I know it's the highlight of your week, a highlight of your week too. It can be the highlight of your week if you want. Means I gotta be the most me I can be. The more me I am, the more you'll love me. It's not about getting you to love me, but it's nice that you love me. I love you too. All sorts of love flying around in different directions. So, I should probably call it here, because it's in the middle of the day. I've got more stuff I gotta get to. But I will be here tomorrow morning to write you a poem and wish you a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm so glad you're here, little bunny. So glad you're in my life. I appreciate you. You are worth my time. You are special. You are loved and you are beloved. I want you to be your best self so you can come with me when the aliens invite us to do all the cool stuff they can do. All right? So stick with me, little bunny. I want to bring you when we join the alien society. It's okay. We'll get to come back to Earth. We'll get to bounce back and forth. Yeah, they probably have that all figured out. Yeah, so we can go party on the alien world and see all their cool stuff that they've got. We'll come back here and we'll see friends and family, and we'll go bounce around the world again. There's no limit on what you and I can do together, little bunny. There is no limit. You know what? I will always, always Thank you for asking. I've got a little poem for you. You ready? Irritable people may not be as mean as they seem. There may be more going on that outside you can't glean. So just cut them some slack and don't be nasty back. Be your best self right here on my team. Have a great week, little bunny.